Alright, welcome back everybody. This is going to be kind of a review video. It's kind of a mix between lawn care stuff and a review, but basically what we're going to go through today is which is better, a stand-on versus a sit-down. I know there's a lot of controversy between the two because people that have never used a stand-on can't imagine why you would stand all day, but also people who use stand-ons typically prefer to stand rather than sit all day. So today we're kind of just going to go through some of the things like speed, cut quality, size, maneuverability, the difference of like picking up trash and speed and just kind of efficiency, because there's a lot of difference between efficiency with a sit down and a stand on depending on what you're mowing and how long it's going to take. So let's get right into it. Alright, so now what we're going to do is a top speed test. So you'll see that I'm pretty sure that the sit down will be faster, but really top speed is not what matters when you're mowing. It's cut quality and how fast you can get that quality. So right now it's just going to be a top speed test, and we're going to find out which one of these mowers is faster and top speed without mowing, throttle all the way up, full speed. Alright, so obviously you could tell there that the sit-down zero-turn is quite a bit faster. That wasn't very long, but it took the lead for sure. But the thing with that is that's also a residential unit, so you're not going to get the cut quality or the speed. So the difference there is this mower, I can cut full speed and get a perfect cut, where that mower, I can only really use a third of the speed to really get a cut that's worth anything, and even then it's not a cut anywhere near what this thing puts off. So that's kind of the difference there. That thing, when you want to get going down the road or whatever, that one will definitely beat you versus this, but in all reality this one is going to be faster because you're going to be mowing full speed rather than mowing a third speed to get a good cut, and you'll still get a better cut full speed than you will on that one at a third of the speed that it really has. So really the speed on that is just for transportation. There's not really a lot of speed for much use. That speed is nice when you're pulling a little cart around or something to do yard work. Again, it's residential, so it's not really meant for this kind of work, but that's what it's used for me. So, but yeah, this definitely puts off a better cut quality at full speed than that one does. Alright, so now we're just going to kind of go over some obvious differences between these two mowers and just show some things that kind of set them apart as far as performance. So we'll start with the residential zero turn here just to kind of set the bar, and then you'll really be able to tell the difference between this one and a commercial unit, and also obviously the difference that this is a sit down and that's a stand on. But the main difference here is the decks. So the deck on this one is a 54-inch stamped deck, so it's just bent metal bent into shape with cheap pulleys. They are greasable, so that's good, but yeah, it's a real thin material too, and it cuts fine, and it's only cracked twice, so it's not too bad. But it's just a very cheap deck compared to the other one. And I mean, if you're mowing a commercial lawn, or I mean not a commercial, residential lawn, it'll work just fine for you, and you won't have issues. This thing will work for years. But when you're using it like I am, you're really putting it to the test and kind of using it to its fullest ability for sure. So the next biggest difference on these is engines. This has a 22 horse engine on it, and it seems to have pretty much all the power you need. I mean, it does struggle with bogging down on really thick grass, but that's a given. A big, huge difference here with these two machines is hours. This one has 347 hours right now. So not a lot. I've put about 200 hours on it this season, or well, between this season and using it for snow last winter, which I didn't use it a whole lot. But so yeah, that's kind of the biggest difference. The biggest difference is you've got I don't have the grass chute on this one. This is just the regular ones that come with them, so I just have a rope that I can grab to pull it up if I need to, or put it down when I want to. So tires, this thing has better tires. These are brand new. treadless caster tires. These are also fairly new. Probably only have 150 or 200 hours on them. They're the HDAP tires, the heavy duty all-purpose tires, so those are good for pretty much anything you can think of. Those are really good tires. Overall, I mean, they don't perform perfectly, but I mean, it's a lawnmower, so what do you expect? So yeah, so that's kind of the main thing with this one. Obviously you sit down and you have bars that fold in over your lap, whereas on the sit down you do not. So, or the stand on, sorry, you do not. So here's the stand on. So you'll also notice yellow deck, green deck. So that is basically what John Deere uses to tell the difference between residential and commercial. So if it's got the yellow deck, it's a residential mower. If it's got a green deck, it's commercial. So this one's deck, this is a fabricated deck, so it's welded joints and really thick material. This has a 52-inch deck on it, and then it has the grass chute on it here that you just pull this lever, opens up, pull it in, goes back down. So tires on this, just regular old tires. These have quite a few hours on them. And if you'll notice, one of these has a nail. I don't see it right now, but one of them has a nail in it. There's my muffler. I put that on in one of the videos if you haven't seen that. Obviously, the extreme high heat paint did not hold, which is really annoying. But so this has a 24.6 horsepower engine on it, so 25 horsepower basically. It is a Kohler EFI engine. Another big telltale sign between commercial and residential is the air breather box. So the residential mowers, I'll show you over here, this is where the air cleaner is. So it's in this little cover and you just pull it off and clean it out. Whereas these have a big system on them, which is really what helps these get high hours on them, is you get air in here, I'm not actually sure where it goes in here, but then, so this whole big system here is a lot better system to keep your engine clean and running longer. So, as far as that goes, good engine on it, heavy deck. So the difference with the stand-on for controls is same concept. You got your right control, left control, but they're just little bars with your hands. Let's see, what else? So you stand on this platform, it's spring-loaded, so you do have some cushion, and it is really easy on your back. So those are kind of the main differences with these mowers. That's a 6.5 gallon fuel tank. I'm not sure what this is, but probably about half that. So that's another big thing between commercial and residential. So now let's get back to the differences between the two as far as performance. Okay, so now we're gonna go through the difference between which one is faster when it comes to stopping to pick up a piece of trash off of a lawn. So basically what's gonna happen is we're gonna pull up, shut the blades off, pull the parking brake, step off, grab the piece of trash, put it somewhere, get back on, blades on, and keep going. We're gonna figure out which one's faster. So in theory, the stand-on will be faster because you pull the handbrake, blades off, step off, grab it, get back on, and go. Whereas the sit-down, you have to blades off, parking brake on, open your bars, stand up, get down, go get your trash, come back, get back on, sit down, shut the bars. So you'll see just kind of how much faster the stand-on is for this experiment here. So hopefully the stand-on wins. That's what I'm guessing. So we will find out for sure. So you can definitely tell there's a little bit of a difference. It's not a huge difference in speed, but when you're doing that 30-40 times a day, because there's trash everywhere nowadays, it really takes a toll on your time. So being able to step off and grab something really quick helps a lot. So I mean, the few seconds that it takes longer on the sit down really saves you time on the stand on. So that's really just the main difference there. Other differences that are kind of hard to show you, but I can explain to you, is like the stand-on has a lot shorter of a wheelbase than the sit-down. So the sit-down, you've got a longer mower, so when you're coming around corners and stuff, you can't come in as tight. So if you're coming in a corner, you can't cut that corner right up against the wall because it's so long, you gotta cut it, otherwise you will hit the house. So basically, the shorter wheelbase lets you get in tighter, which equals less weed eating, which is a plus for sure. Weed eating takes a lot longer than mowing, so being able to zip around and get all the corners really fast and get around stuff easier helps a lot. A lot of zero turns, they advertise that you can get around a tree in one path, but a lot of trees aren't very big, so you still have to go in, back up, go back around. Sit down is so short that you can go around a tree like no problem at all. So that's really just the thing, is that efficiency that helps. So, I mean, I can go and mow 15 yards and be done by 2 o'clock if I start at 8 with the sit down. Whereas if I'm using the stand on to do that, I'm not going to be done until 4 or 5 o'clock. So that's just kind of the difference there in efficiency. And really, the thing about it that makes it worth it is if you think about calculating out your hourly rate through all these lawns you did, when you're taking 3 extra hours, that really cuts down your hourly rate a lot. So if you're getting a higher hourly rate, you can add lawns, you can get more money, or you can just be done at an earlier time and go hang out with your family or go have fun with friends or whatever. So really, it just helps to have the efficiency. Efficiency is the main thing that helps a business, and that's really something that I've been working on, because it's really hard to be efficient because efficiency costs money to start. So a lot of stuff that you want to be efficient is expensive. So in the end, having a stand-on mower is definitely worth it. It's a lot faster and just way more efficient. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope this helps explain kind of the difference between the two, and I hope you guys tune in for the next video. Good to go. All right, time to back the trailer in.